Cyrus here for our next little installment of yoga. We made it a little shorter flow today, so maybe topping out at a half an hour since it's a little easier to do shorter yoga practices when you have little ones running around. So it'll just be kind of a fun little flow for the rainy day that we're experiencing outside. Might get a chance to play around on the wall a little bit, so that'll be fun. Before we get started, I just wanted to thank ABK Fun and the courthouse for providing this forum to be able to give classes and offer them to people who are in their houses and maybe can practice with their families, hopefully. So thank you so much to everyone at the courthouse and ABK Fun for letting me do this. All right, so we're going to get started. We'll start in child's pose. So allow yourself to either stretch the arms straight out, rest the forehead to the floor. You can separate your knees quite wide and allow yourself to just rest the head down. So child's pose is a great pose to rest in. It helps you to kind of ground and feel just a little more connected. So you can find it anytime you want. It's a good replacement for certain poses such as a downward facing dog and things like that. So we'll just kind of get grounded. Take a deep breath in and a full breath out. Another deep breath in and a complete breath out. And inhale for the count of 4. Exhale, count of 4. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 5. Inhale, 6. Exhale, 6. And then just notice how your breath has maybe shifted into a nice rhythm, a comfortable flow, and that'll guide our practice. And just know why you're here today. If there's anything you want to bring into your life, into your practice, or if there's anything you want to offer to someone who maybe can't be on their mat, someone who can't do these things right now with their body, just offer whatever you can. And we'll stretch the arms forward, extended child's pose, charge up the arms, hollow the armpits. Inhale to pull yourself forward into a table position, knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders, and then just a few cats and cows to awaken the spine. So as you inhale, let the belly drop, but pull the navel in, heart pulls forward. You might look up as your hips tilt to the sky. Exhale, round the back, really squeeze the breath out. Try to do it nice and slow. And breathe in, rotate into a little hip extension so the sits bones are raising up as high as you can. And then as you exhale, really tuck the tail under as if you could touch your nose to your belly. And breathe in, come into your cow position. So this is dog tilt in the hips. And exhale, come into cat tilt in the hips. And do 2 more, breathing in. Try to roll the shoulders away from the ears as you pull the heart forward. Exhale, breathing out, and really squeeze the breath out, shoulders toward the ears. Breathe in, come into your cow position, looking forward, tuck the toes under, and lift the knees up, downward facing dog. Allow the thighs to ground back. You might want to pedal the feet a little bit. Just kind of loosen up the low body, toes, backs of the legs. And then bend both knees deeply, press the chest back toward the thighs, try to open the shoulders. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, straighten the legs. Allow the heels to root toward the ground, but it's not a goal, it's just a direction. Take one more big breath here. Remember, you can replace this pose with child's pose if you would like to. And we'll begin to walk forward toward the head of the mat, Allow the feet to come either to touch, big toes touching, heels apart, or feet 2 fist distance apart, hip width. Grab a hold of opposite elbow, allow yourself to drape forward. This is really intense for you to come into a forward fold or your low back is bothering you. Bend your knees more and possibly even place your elbows onto your knees so you can support yourself. Hands to blocks as well, so a word about props. They don't have to be actual yoga props. It could be that you have, a couple of books there, maybe a pillow or two. It'll help to support your practice. Just one more breath. Weight to the toes, heels getting light. And as you inhale, look forward, reach the arms wide, come all the way up to stand, looking up past your thumbs. Exhale, hands come to the heart. Warming up, inhale, reach the arms up overhead. As you exhale, fly down to your fold. Bend the knees if you need to as you come down. Inhale, right leg back toward the rear edge of the mat. Drop the knee, reach the arms up overhead, low lunge. Exhale, take the hands down and step back into the table position. Inhale, come into your cow. Exhale, round into cat. And breathe in, come back into cow. And as you exhale, slowly lower all the way to your belly. Point the toes, inhale, roll up, little cobra. So it's so low that you can use just your back muscles to lift yourself up. So Sai's lifting his hands to just show that he's suspending himself through his back musculature. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, strong core, back up to modified or full plank, down dog. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. Exhale, step it through, drop onto your left knee, low lunge. Inhale, arms up overhead. As you exhale, take the hands down and step forward to your fold. And then we'll breathe in, reach the arms wide and up, look up past your thumbs. Exhale, hands drift to the heart. Breathe in, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, fly to your fold. Inhale, left leg back to the rear edge of the mat. Drop the knee, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, take the hands down and come back into your table position. Inhale, cow position. Exhale, cat. And breathe into cow so your hips are high. As you exhale, move forward a little bit on the wrists and lower all the way down to your belly. Point the toes, inhale, roll up, cobra. Exhale, strong core, back to downward facing dog. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Exhale, step it forward, drop the right knee. Breathe in, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, take the hands down, step forward to your fold. Breathe in, sweep the arms up overhead. Exhale, hands drift to heart. Take a deep bend into your knees. Inhale, chair pose. As you exhale, take the left elbow over the right knee and twist. Hands come to prayer at the heart. Press the top hand down into the bottom hand. Lean back toward the left. Keep your knees evenly placed. Take one more deep breath. Inhale, come back to chair, right up the middle. Exhale, second side, right elbow over left knee. Press the left hand into the right hand, thumbs to the center of the sternum, knees even. Maybe look up. One more big breath. Inhale, straight up the center, Utkatasana. Exhale, hands to earth, straighten the legs, Uttanasana. Breathe in to lengthen the spine, hands to shins maybe. And then as you exhale, plant the hands, 2 steps back into high push-up. Deep breath in, rock forward on the toes. Exhale, lower all the way down. Point the toes, inhale, a little higher cobra. Keep the elbows bent still. Exhale, back to down dog. We'll inhale the right leg up to the sky, but keep an internal rotation in the thighs. So turning right little toe down. Try to keep your hips nice and level. Lift the chin up a bit and see if you can lift your left arm out to the left. Spinal balance. Take just one more breath. Release your left hand, inhale, right leg higher. Exhale, step it forward, drop onto the rear heel this time, heel to heel alignment, and raise up to warrior V. So a wide stance on the mat, aiming right knee out toward right little toe, finding the arms lengthening out forward and back. Pause for a couple deep breaths. Steady focus, steady exhale. And then reach forward as far as you can over your right leg. Rest the right elbow onto the knee. Sweep the left arm up and over, extended side angle. Maybe look underneath your left arm. Try to tuck the tail under, lean the shoulders back, and then roll your left lung open. Reverse warrior. Reach the right hand up to the sky. Left hand down the left leg lightly. This can be taken with a straight front leg as well. Just maintain that external rotation in the right thigh. Looking up, looking down. Your choice. And then straighten the front leg to nearly straight, so there's a micro bend. Reach out over the right leg as far as you can. Triangle, reaching left hand up to the sky. So the hand can be to a block, to shin, could be to the earth, but we're trying not to lean forward at all. Tuck the tail, lean back. It's an open twist. Maybe look up, tuck the chin into the top shoulder. Just one more deep breath. And as you exhale, release the top hand down, hop your rear foot in just a little bit, reroot the heel, heel to heel alignment. Inhale, look forward, and as you exhale, bow over your straight right leg. Pyramid pose. So your hands can be up onto supports, onto your shins. If you're really flexible, you can walk the arms out, more like a down dog spine. Last big breath. Bend back into your right knee, hop the rear foot back, step back into high push-up, and you can either hold, or like Sai's gonna do, 3 push-ups. Exhale to lower, inhale, straighten the arms back up. Exhale, lower, inhale, straighten. One more time. Straighten, and we'll exhale, all lower. Breathe in, little cobra, toes point, elbows in. Exhale back to down dog or back to child's pose. Take a few deep breaths. See if you can work from maybe a 4 count exhale up to a 5 or 6 count. And returning to down dog. This can be done from all fours as well. If that spinal balance was a little hard in your down dog variation, you can do this lifting the left leg up with your right knee on the ground. So feel free to do spinal balance with your right knee and left hand on the ground. Otherwise, it's downward facing dog. We lift our left leg up, turning left little toe down, lift the gaze a little bit, and then see if you can lift your right arm out to the right. One more breath. Release the right hand, and then you probably come back to all fours to come into your downward facing dog, lifting your left leg up, and as you exhale, step it forward. Pretty wide lunge. Drop onto the right heel, come up into your warrior B. Little dog. So external rotation on the left thigh, tuck the tail under, roll the right shoulder on the back, and become steady. So we're looking to really allow ourselves to kind of ease into steadiness, and then see if we can find that internal freedom. Reach forward as far as you can through your left arm, left elbow onto the left knee, sweep your right arm up and over. Parsvakonasana is an extended side angle. So we're getting long through the top hand and right foot, also lifting out of the left shoulder. So try not to just slump into that shoulder. Push down into the elbow, roll the right shoulder open. Breathe. Seems obvious, but it's amazing how much we stop breathing when we get a little stress. And then inhale, reverse warrior. Left hand high, right hand low. Remember, you can straighten the front leg if you wish. If you are bending it, bend it toward the little toe side edge of your left foot. Feel the navel pull in and up. And then we'll straighten that front leg, reach out just as far as you can, triangle. So hand to shin, support, earth, but not folding. Tuck your tail, roll open through the right shoulder. Sorry for the slurpiness of our dog. Just one more breath. So you're really shining out through all the limbs, crown of the head. Look down, gently release the hands. Go ahead and step the rear foot in just a little tiny bit. Reroot the heel so you have heel to heel alignment. Inhale, look forward, gather some length. And then exhale, bow. Parshvottanasana, little pyramid pose. Remember, hands can raise up so your spine's a little more parallel to the earth. One thing that happens sometimes is we roll to the outer edge of the left foot. Try to keep your big toe mound and inner left ankle moving toward the right. More flexibility, you can walk your hands back. Hug yourself in a little bit. Two more breaths. And we'll bend into the left knee. Go ahead and plant your hands. Step back into plank. Pause here. You can also drop your knees. And only if you want to, exhale, lower halfway down. Breathe in, press back up. Exhale, lower halfway down. Breathe in, press back up. Last one, exhale. Inhale. Exhale, lower all the way down. And then just for a moment, Sphinx pose. Elbows underneath the shoulders, palms down, maybe thumbs touching. Allow yourself just to roll the shoulders onto the back. Feel yourself pulling the heart forward with an isometric pull of your elbows back. And then the chin is slightly tucked, so there's a feeling of length in the back of the neck. And let go of the belly. So any holding that you had around your core, just try to pull it in a little. And then let it go. So there's a feeling of leaning at first, and then letting go of breath into the belly, side body, back body. Just one more breath. Slight compression on the low back, which can be healing. Just make sure it's not painful for you. And we'll drop the nose toward the mat, hands in line with the center of the chest. Press up and back into child's pose. Big toes touching, knees apart, forehead down. If you want to rest the arms, allow the hands to come back next to your hips. Resting child's pose. Big breaths. So what we look to find in child's pose is our overall strength, which is bala. Ayurvedically, it's a way to kind of pull our senses in, turn in, get down, get low, get grounded, breathe, and really nourish ourselves in the rest. I think it's kind of what we're learning on a bigger level, on a macrocosmic level right now is, kind of pulling in, just as the trees do when they lose all their leaves and they pull all the energy down into the roots so that they can blossom in spring. It's kind of a way of looking at how we're having to live right now, perhaps. Walk the hands back to the knees, tuck the toes under, lift your knees up, forward fold at the end of the mat. Notice how your fold feels different after some of those single leg hamstring stretches. You can move a little bit, shake your head out. Good. And then we'll bend into the knees, help yourself up. So we're gonna work a little bit at a wall. So if you want to, you can find, a closet, something that's stable, something that doesn't have pictures on it that you can kick off, no nails, right? We don't want to kick up into that. And we'll kind of build it up. So you don't have to do any kind of kick-ups into handstand, but it could be a kind of fun little playful thing, especially if you do have youngins. It's really kind of a nice little way just to kind of get childlike again, yeah? So first for the shoulder opener, and this would be for those of us who don't want to kick up into the handstand. You'll take a wall dog, so the hands come about shoulder height to the wall, turn the fingers out a little bit, and then just walk your feet back enough that you can create a little box with the wall. So the heels are underneath the hips, the chest is pressing down, and you're finding a little flexibility in the shoulders. Try not to lock your elbows out or lock your knees out. And then maybe just a little pulse. Just chest down, chest up, chest down. Find that flexibility, chest up. Just do that a couple more times. And this is a good thing to return to. So know that you can hold steady, kind of right at the very edge of your flexibility, or you can continue the pulse. Just one more breath. And we'll raise ourselves up. Let the arms just drop away from the wall. Maybe shrug the shoulders a few times. Good. So our second variation is more for strengthening. So this is for those of us who maybe just know that they need to work on the strength of the shoulders a little more. So we'll do a different kind of wall dog. Take the toes to tuck at the base of your wall, knees underneath the hips. But then with the wrists underneath the shoulders, that could be a little tight for some of our shoulders. So take one full little handprint forward. So your wrists are actually a tiny bit in front of the shoulders. Not everyone will need this. You can start right from an all fours position. But I like to just present that so that when we press up into this one, there's not a scary feeling that you're gonna dump forward onto your head. So hands a little bit forward of the shoulders. Tuck the toes under, press the chest back. So your heels are up the wall. This is our little down dog at the wall. Strengthening enough for sure, so feel free to stay here. Or if you're not sliding at all, step your right foot behind the right hip, push away from the wall, left hip or left heel behind the left hip, and then just kind of stack your hips right over your shoulders, crown of the head down. Knees can be bent for a safer feeling, but notice how strong you have to be to hold yourself up on the hands. Just one more big breath. Pull the front ribs to the back ribs a little. And then bend into your knees and step one foot down, the other foot down. Walk the hands back to your feet and hang out in a ragdoll. Grab a hold of opposite elbow. Shake your head out. Maybe roll the shoulders a little bit. So we've done something for flexibility with our wall dog, hands to the wall. Done something for strength, and we need both to be able to kick up. So if you want to come back to the flexibility part, take your wall dog with hands at the wall. If you know you need strength, take the one we just did with your feet up the wall and breathe 5-8 breaths. If you want to, you feel like it might be fun to kick up, then we'll turn around and place the hands not too close to the wall. So maybe about a foot away from the wall. And then you want to start from stability right from the beginning. So notice that my shoulders aren't way back behind my wrists. I want to bring the shoulders directly over the wrists. The gaze is down, so the crown of the head's rooting toward the wall. And then you'll lift a foot up, and then you're just going to take little hops and see if you can get a hover. So once he's come up, you can squeeze his legs together and try to tuck the tail under and take the feet away from the wall. Look down. Yep, so looking down will help you to root down that center line. Good job. And then if you did it on one side, maybe you don't make it to the wall. Did you notice I did not make it to the wall? But I was finding that little part where that one leg is reaching up and the other leg's reaching out, and there was a little bit of a hold there. That's perfect. So if you did one side, do the other. Remember, shoulders directly over wrists, index fingers pointed forward. You'll lift the other leg up. This might be your non-dominant leg, so it could feel wonky, but we want to create evenness. Look down, and then little hops. Way different. Awesome. Yep, look down, good. There he goes. Perfect. And then when you're down, then go ahead and shake your hands out. Roll your wrists a little bit. Maybe a few shoulder releases. Nice. And so we'll come down onto our backs. I'm going to try to slow the breath down a little bit. And once you come down onto your back, go ahead and turn around side. Just allow your feet to flatten. Let your hands to come to your belly. Rock your head side to side. Knees can also knock. Just close your eyes. And notice if you did those little hops up, notice if your breath is boosted a little bit. And let it be what it is. Try not to control it at this point, but see if you can just lend some attention to your exhale. Let go of the exhale longer, fuller. Notice how the belly deflates. Notice how the heart begins to calm. See if the breath slows. And then inhale for 4. Exhale for 4. Inhale for 5. Exhale for 5. Inhale for 6. Exhale for 6. And just notice your overall energy. Take a few more breaths, just allowing the breath to be natural, not holding on anywhere in the body. Let everything be really soft and grounded. And gather that strength. Allow your fingers to wiggle a little bit, wiggle your toes a little bit. Reach the arms up toward the ceiling. And then just drop your knees over to the left as your arms go over to the right. And then lift back up to center. Drop your knees over to the right as your arms go over to the left. Let it be kind of soft in that top arm. Breathe in back to center one more time. Arms right, legs left. And lifting back up. Legs right, arms left. Inhale, raise back up. Exhale, hug your knees in towards your chest. Give it a tight squeeze. Breathe into your belly. And then push the knees away from you and rock side to side. Knees right and left. And then we'll roll over to the right side. Support your head with your right arm, little ball. Breathe to the back body. Pressing into your top hand, we'll come up to a seat that's comfortable. Kneeling, cross-legged, whatever feels good. Upright spine. Take a moment to pull the hands to the heart, pressing palm to palm. Connection and harmony at the heart. Gratitude for our practice. And while we can't practice in physical proximity, we're still here together. Thank you so much for your practice. Namaste.